All right, guys, what's going on? Jamie here. Wanted to do an update for MetaFi yielders. Some of you guys have asked me, what my thoughts were, what was the latest update, and yeah, we'll cover all that in this video. Of course, it goes without saying that I'm not a financial advisor. Definitely not giving you any type of financial advice, or do your own research, do your own due diligence. Everything in crypto, guys, is ultra risky. This is the wild, wild west out here. So if you're going to get into anything, make sure it's with a risk capital only, guys. Funds you can afford to lose, because there's so many different ways things can go sideways, guys. A platform can have a hack, it can get exploited, the market can tank. I mean, the list goes on and on, right? So just make sure you're only putting in risk capital into these platforms. So that being said and out of the way, let's talk a little bit about this. As you can see here, I have over 11K in my account balance that I can't withdraw right now. As you guys may or may not know, the withdrawal feature is suspended right now with MetaFi yielders, because based on what the CEO and owner has said, what they're trying to do is they want to stay, or they want to become compliant, and they need to implement a KYC process. Now, what is the timeline for this KYC process? They said 2 weeks. So probably mid-June, give or take, they're going to start accepting KYC. And again, if in fact that's what he's doing and he wants to become a compliant platform and abide by all the rules of, I guess, Australia, where this thing is based, where he's based, Australia or New Zealand, then I think it's Australia. Then yeah, then the KYC will be, something that people are going to have to do if they want to continue with the platform and withdraw out their available balance. I don't know how you feel about KYC. Some people like it, some people don't. Some people say, in order for the platform to be more trusted and transparent, and for their trust level and confidence to be up, they like the KYC. Some people don't like the KYC. They don't want to be putting their information on a platform, myself included. I probably fall into the second category. I'd rather not put my information on it, but I'll have to see what I'm going to do, because I would love to withdraw out my account balance right there. So that's the timeline. And then he said, based on the latest update, the end of June. Now we're in the beginning of June right now, so the end of June, which is, I don't know what, 3.5 weeks, give or take. That's when the platform will be fully functional again, and deposits, withdrawals, everything is going to be going through. Now, again, in a market that we have right now, especially over the last 3 weeks or so, as the market took a nosedive, and it's still struggling, right? A platform like this that was paying out 3.3%, and even had packages that were paying 4.2% a day. I mean, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to know that, there's going to be issues. They might have some challenges to be able to keep up with not only making the payouts, but issuing all the withdrawals. So we'll see what happens. Again, well, let me give you my thoughts on what I'm going to do, or what I think is happening here in a second. One last thing, and this is something people have told me. I'm not exactly sure. But they said that you can withdraw, or you can request for your deposit. There's a 25% fee, 25% penalty fee. But if you don't want to continue with the platform and wait for the KYC, wait till the end of June, et cetera, you can actually request for your active deposit to be returned to you, minus a 25% penalty fee, and even maybe minus, what they've paid out already. I definitely the 25% penalty fee. So that might be, the way to go. If you want to just exit out of the platform, you would just go to support inside of your back office, write them over there. And then again, I don't know how long it'll take. There might be a queue, or if it'll even work at all. I can't give you firsthand knowledge of it because I haven't done it. So that might be, another option. So what do I think? Again, it's very on one hand, if the guy was going to run or if he was gonna exit scam or rug pull, whatever the kids call it nowadays, right? If he wanted to end the platform and just run away with people's funds, technically he could have done it already, right? Like he could have just shut down the site. Like look what happened with Swapnex, right? Or look what happened with COTPS, which I wasn't a part of, but it was a pretty big platform, right? I mean, just shut it down, run away with the funds, and just you know end it right there, right? Why drag people on, and why continue to put updates, and why continue to put yourself out there? Because the guy has been doing live streams, throughout this whole process, throughout this whole time. He's been doing live streams and updates. Now, I believe he's gonna stop doing that only because there were people, based on what I've heard, or the latest update, there were people that were, threatening him. And he is doxxed, so I believe people were going over to his house. Is that that's what he said. I think he's going to stop doing live streams moving forward, and the only way to communicate here is through the support ticket system now. But again, going back to what I was saying, not to go off on a tangent, he probably could have left already. I don't know, right? He probably could have just shut this down. No more site found on the internet. You go to metafiyielders.com and it's blank. That's what we've seen with a lot of platforms in the past, right? You go to Swapnex, that's what you see. COTPS, I think that's what you see. There's just, over the last 5-6 years, I've been in dozens of platforms, more than I'd like to admit, that we've seen that happen, right? Perhaps, and I'm just kind of speculating here, right? I'm just, thinking out loud. This timeline of the end of June. Now, is he really going to do the KYC and be compliant with Australia? I don't know. Maybe he's waiting, the timeline for the end of June until everything starts running again. Perhaps he's waiting for the market, or hoping that the market starts to turn around at that time, and then he can continue making these payouts. I don't know. Maybe he's waiting for the market to fix itself. He's hoping by the end of June, the next 3 to 4 weeks, the market does a turnaround, which it very well might be. I don't know. And he's just buying some time. Perhaps. I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Again, we're just kind of forced to go along with the ride here. We're strapping ourselves in on this roller coaster, right? We're in it, right? As you can see, I have an account balance here that I can't withdraw. I put an active deposit here. So we're basically forced to kind of go along with this ride. So me personally, I'm not going to stress if in fact at the end of June, he decides, you know what, we can't go live and we can't, put all the features fully functional, and he extends it, or God forbid platform disappears. Again, I'm not going to stress it. It is what it is. We knew what this was and what the risk was going into it. Me sitting there and stressing out and kind of, racking my brain, it's not going to do anybody any good. It's definitely not going to do me any good, right? Whenever I put funds into a platform, for me, it's already gone. Like, I already look at it like I'm never going to see those funds again, right? And that just gives me the ability to kind of be emotionally stable when you have things like this that go on. So I'm not going to stress it. I'll keep a loose eye on it. At the end of June, I'll see if everything is running smoothly. We'll see what the KYC process is like, and kind of see what that's about. I'll give you updates on that. But yeah, it is what it is, guys. These are how these high risk platforms run. 3.3% a day is very aggressive, very aggressive. I've been in the space for a long time. 1% a day, we've seen 1% a day platforms struggle in the past, but 1% a day is kind of the norm with these passive platforms. Anytime you go above that and you're dealing with 2%, 3%, 4%, 5% a day, I've seen 8, 9, 10% a day deals. They're not too sustainable long term, and they have a shelf life. So we'll see what happens here. But I did want to make a video here, let you know what's going on. Some of you guys have asked me, and at the very least, again, the timeline has been laid out, and we'll see what happens. We'll go from there. So anyway, follow me on Telegram, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the little bell icon so you'll get notified straight away whenever I do a brand new video. This is crypto, guys. So only put in what you can afford to lose. Risk capital into these platforms only. Do your own research, guys. You guys probably already know I am not a financial advisor. So again, it's important that you do your own due diligence and see what your risk tolerance is for these platforms. So, all right, guys, just a quick update, and I will catch you on the next video. Peace.